Tup's gonna give it to ya.
Thank you, children, for that wonderful introduction. What is going on, Pittsburgh Pirattatas fans? Season 7 of the GBA is upon us, the draft is over, and it's time to bring a new attitude to the game because we're sick and tired of losing. So it is time to embrace the inner beast which is forged in the fire of the NCO furnace, and let these cats know they're pretty good, but they're no Connor Oberst. So we are going to do a draft analysis, and we are going to let the GBA, the fans, the coaches, the analysts know that
Tup's gonna give it to ya.
that's right. Tup's going to give it to you this season. So let's look at our first round draft pick, which some of the analysts said shouldn't have gone in the first round, but was a solid second rounder, and we are going to prove them wrong this season. Going to be Tapu Koko, the Tapu Koko Puffs, the master of breakfast foods, and the bastion of Volt Turn. That's right, one Mon with Volt Turn. 130 speed, getting a quick U-turn off, really good lead Mon. Gets decent coverage across the board. Few things it lacks, like the ability to run certain hidden powers because it is guaranteed to have 3 perfect IVs. Aside from that, physically offensive, especially offensive, decent bulk, gonna take some lives. Or as my friend Love would say, it's gonna have a pretty nice collection of kneecaps come the end of the season. Round 2 come around, and I was really surprised this was still on the board, but I couldn't let it pass, and that is Scizor, the Bug Steel Pokemon. Now, Scizor, great overall bulk, physically offensive, 130 base attack with the Technician ability for Bullet Punch, which just takes lives. Especially with all the fairies running around, Scizor was a fantastic second round pickup. Love it. Possibility to defog, even though I don't want to use it for that primarily. Roost can be bulky as all get out. Another U-turn Pokemon. So we are going to complete our Dragon Fairy Steel Core with our third pick, and that is Hydreigon. And we didn't announce this till the end of the draft, but I picked Hydreigon, and as soon as I picked it, I knew it was going to be the captain. The Z Crystal user, Black Pearl, going to be the flagship of the Pirattatas fleet. And who better to represent us than a 3-headed beast? Because the Old Man Tup is coming at you with a 3-prong attack. You'll find out what that is come to GBA. And Hydreigon, because German for 3, Dre, or dry. Yeah, I screwed that up so bad, but no editing because Tup don't give a crap about no editing. So, Hydreigon, just fantastic coverage across the board. I mean, it has access to pretty much every single Z move in the game. Both offensively and most defensively ones. Even the ones I'm not allowed to use. But, I mean, the thing just takes lives. The ability to run it with a Z Crystal and or any other item that I would like. Love it. It's going to give us that extra little boost on some attacks that we need to pick up KOs for a lot of its counters. Because, hey fairies, Hydreigon gets a physical and a special steel move. Hydreigon gonna give it to you. So, aside from that, Hydreigon, fantastic attack, 105, even better special attack, 125 base stats. I mean, 90 in the hit points, 90 in the defense, 90 in the special defense. Respectable 98 speed tier, gives it a unique speed tier. Not very many things are there. Outspeeds a lot of the 95s. Well, actually, it outspeeds all the 95s. Which there are quite a few of. So after that, we started building our defensive core, picked up our boy from last season, Jalapeno, Tangrowth, the regen mon who just comes in, takes hits, brings the boomstick every single week, and is just going to, I think it's going to surprise people this season because it can hit so well on both the special and physical side while just absorbing hits, whether it has assault vest or not. Special defense, not the best without the vest, but 100 hit points, 100 base stat hit points, 100 attack, 125 defense, 110 special attack, 50 special D, 50 speed. Not the fastest of mons, but not most defensive mons are. And that is going to allow us to come in, take it, and knock off whatever comes in to answer it. Drop some huge leaf storms, giga drains for bulky sets. I mean, sleep powder if we need it. Not the greatest pair with electric terrain, but options are options are options. So this thing, again, just fantastic coverage across the board, physically and specially. So Tangrowth being a wall with offensive options is just beautiful. Beautiful. Next, we going with Slowbro, a Pokemon we've never had in the GBA, which makes it the same with everything on our team but Tangrowth and some of the later picks. But bringing Slowbro, decided to go Slowbro instead of Slowking because Slowking was still available. I have had Slowking before and it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite mons. But talked with the front office, which we have for the first time. Quick shout out to Trogdor, Levo, Bill Standish, Blue Victini, and Eric for their help in the front office department. Between what everyone has done so far, it's just been fantastic. Help prepping for the draft and giving me some backup scenarios, even though we didn't get sniped till really late in the draft. Okay, Slowbro, you pick Slowbro. Fantastic. I mean, its defensive bulk is just undeniable. 100 hit points, 100 base attack, which is just nutso. Or wait, no, that's Tangrowth. Just kidding. 95 hit points, 75 attack, still respectable considering I think it can belly drum. 110 defense, 100 special attack, 80 special defense. I mean, Calm Mind sets for days. And 30 speed, definitely not the speediest thing, but Psychic Pokemon get access to Trick Room. Just saying, dog. Just saying. Anyways, Slowbro, the man, the myth, the Pokemon legend. So, it's a Gen 1er, it's been around forever. And now that I notice it, we do have Gen 1. Fun fact, for the first time in GBA history, I'm drafting a mon that was created after 5th gen. Fun facts, I had never drafted a 6th gen mon in the GBA. Go figure that one out. So, after Slowbro came around, I forget what we were looking at, but it got picked up right that turn. So we decided to go with Nidoking. We had two options. I forget what got taken. It might have been Emboar that round, because we had our eyes on Emboar because that thing just takes lives, and we're playing it week 1. So, look forward to that. Yep, Nidoking. Another fun fact, which was brought up to me in the post-draft stream chat on the fan Discord. If you're not in the fan Discord, check the description down below and get in the fan Discord. Lots of fun things happen there, and every now and then I hop in the voice chat and just chat up some folks. So if you want to do that, check that out. Yeah, Nidoking. He's fantastic. The fun fact I was talking about is that every single GBA final has featured a team who drafted or had on their team at the time Nidoking or Nidoqueen. So that gives us a 50% greater odds based on historical facts of making it to the finals, which we're going to win anyways, with or without Nidoking. So, Nidoking gives us our first access to rocks and any form of hazards, if I'm not mistaken. So that's bueno. Also gets access to the toxic spikes, which, situationally speaking, could be fantastical. But let's look at the statistics for, or the stats, not statistics, for Nidoking. 81 HP, not the bulkiest of mons by any stretch of the imagination. 102 attack with fantastic coverage across the board, both stab and coverage options. 77 defense, not the greatest, like I said. 85 special attack, moderate, not fantastic, but with the ability Sheer Force, Life Orb boosted things just wreck shop. 75 special defense and 85 speed, not the fastest of mons, but like I said before, we have access to tricky scenarios on this team. But Nidoking, never a mon to be trifled with. Great Scarfer. Like I said, possible setup hazard mon. And one of my favorite mons from Gen 1. One of the first mons I fully evolved when I played Blue. Fun facts. Next, we're bringing back one of the mons we had way back, if I'm not mistaken, in Season 4. The man, the myth, the spinning legend Hitmontop. That's right, Hitmontop. Coming back. The Intimidation Machine. The Intimidator. The Dale Earnhardt of the GBA. The Intimidator. And, just aged myself with that. Number 3, Hitmontop. Coming up. He's going to be our shore up to pretty much fill up some holes. Another removal option finally. Rapid spins for days. No fear of the ghost types because Hitmontop has no fear. So, gonna see 50 in the HP. Gonna see 95 attack, 95 defense, 35 special attack, so it's not gonna be dropping too many special hits. 110 special defense and 70 speed. Sadly enough, one of the faster mons on the team at this point. But yeah, Hitmontop, just a fantastic mon. A lot of people don't like it in the format. I say nay to that. It doesn't have a lot of coverage options. Intimidate, gonna be its main ability. Possible Technician user also, which gives it its Fake Out, its Mock Punch, Bullet Punch. All its really speedy priority attacks get boosted with that. So that's always an option coming from Hitmontop. But just being a beast, coming in, taking hits, scaring things out, being a great answer to a lot of things our team has trouble with, namely dark types at this point. Outside of Coco, dark types kind of do a little bit of damage to us. So, Hitmontop coming back to the Pirattatas for some fun and shenanigans. Some cantankerous tomfoolery, if you will. Next, we're going to bring the Fiery Ball of Death, which is the special wall breaker himself, Chandelure. Everyone, welcome Chandelure to the stage. This video. But Chandelure giving us a huge special attack stat. Really fitting well with the team we have so far. Chandelure just fits in well synergetically. Switches in well with the likes of Scizor and Hydreigon and Tapu Koko. It just really brings together a lot of the things we're lacking at this point. Chandelure with that huge 145 special attack stat. Woof. This thing is going to be taking lives this season. It's been backburnered to a lot of the other ghosts because mostly ghosts are used defensively in the GBA. Not this season. I say again, ghosts are going to claim souls this season. Look for it. You can thank me later for the bold prediction. Even though that video is already out. Anyway, Chandelure just being a legend, having 60 HP, 55 attack, 90 defense. Everyone sleeps on how bulky this thing can actually be with little to no investment. Come in, take hits, get out. Bada bing, bada boom. Good night. Thank you, nurse. Like I said, 90 defense, 145 special attack. One of, not the highest, but one of the highest special attack stats in the league. 90 special defense, and I just made that up off the top of my head. So, someone fact check that for me. 80 speed. Again, our speed tier is horrible, but I think the synergy of the team really makes up for that. So, gonna roll on to round 9. We picked up Lisi, and everyone's like, "Ew, tough, Lisi, no." Yeah, well, guess what? Lisi has made impact in many games in the GBA, even when it wasn't trying to. I'm talking about Water Pulse Lisi. I remember it winning a game that was not meant to be won. Almost. So, don't at me, bro. Lisi is fantastic, and I don't care what anyone says. No, it doesn't have the best offensive capabilities, but Lisi comes in and takes any special hit any Pokemon duels. Bar none. There is no better special wall in the GBA. I don't care. There isn't. 255 hit points. So pretty much anything we wish pass into is going to almost guaranteed to be at 100% health if it survives the oncoming hit. Almost guaranteed. Cleric. Another option for stealth rocks, which we desperately needed at this point. T-waves for days. Seismic tosses, always doing 50 damage to anything coming in that isn't a ghost type. And I mean, just fun coverage moves all over the place to take out a lot of the things that like to switch in on Lisi. So Lisi is coming to be what it's meant to be, the special wall of the Pirattatas. So next pick was gonna be a pick that I'm making just for the memes. I'm gonna say it right now, just for the memes. I don't care. I am going to ruin someone's life with this Pokemon at least once this season. Write it down. Are you taking notes? Did you write that down? Minior is going to sweep someone this season. It's gonna happen. At least 3 kills in one game. It's gonna happen. That's all I have to say. It's gonna shell smash on something after it's probably 2 counters are gone. If the team has 2 counters. Look at Callum's team. And what's gonna happen beyond that? Earthquake, Stone Edge, Acrobatics. Destroys so many types. So many types. There's very few Pokemon that stand up to that aren't named Skarmory. I mean, GG, my friend. So, Minior, and I have the non-shields down for him. I mean, the thing itself takes hits. You don't want it to take hits, you want it to come in, get a shell smash, and win the game. But it still has that capability. And once it breaks into shields down for him, it's another Soul Collector. So, Minior, haven't decided what color we want Minior to rock this season. We may use multiples. If you leave your suggestion down below for Minior's color, I will take it into consideration. So, yeah. Minior going to be a little ball of death. And last but not least, I am not afraid to say this was greatly influenced by the man known as Levo, who happens to be the fantastically charismatic co-host of the Breakneck Blitz, which happens to feature an Alolan Rattata. Coincidence? I think not. So, yeah. He had a lot of influence on this pick because he had been pitching it pretty much since about round 6, saying, hey, don't sleep on Cryogonal. And what do we see about Cryogonal? It does a lot of stuff for our team. It gives us a Rapid Spinner. It gives us an Ice type, which someone made a bold prediction saying that Ice types would have the most kills of any type in the GBA. So I'm looking forward to making that happen. Average stats across the board, 50 attack, which definitely isn't average. Pardon me. My French is bad. 50 defense, not fantastic. 95 special attack, respectable, because it's not obviously going to be meant to come in and physically destroy things. 135 special defense, making it the second most special bulky mon on our team. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize it till now, but special defense is the highest average stat on our team. So, that is fantastico. 105 speed. Getting that really unique speed tier for something that can be used for many different things. It has a really weird move pool, but I mean, it's got Frost, Freeze, Dry. Frost Breath, Freeze, Dry. Whichever one hits water types for super effective, so fantastic. 95 special attack makes it a really decent option to just obliterate water types. I mean, not that our team struggles against them, but definitely a nice option for an ice type to have Freeze Dry. Rapid Spin, it can knock off, and just a bunch of little utility moves, which makes it very interesting at 105 speed. So let's look at the average stats for our team. Now let's take in mind that this also takes into consideration that Minior is in Shields Up form. So that does make the team a little bit more defensive than it would be if it was in Shields Up form, because bulkier that way. We have an average HP of 92, which is really decent, which means we have a fairly bulky team, but we also have Blissey, who has 255 HP. But I mean, a lot of our staple mons have really decent HP stats. Base attack of 82, which is our second lowest stat. But I mean, the things we have that are physical attackers drop bombs, like Tapu Koko if we want to run it physical, with, you know, Aerial Ace everything. Rip Fizz. Thinking about you, my retired friend. Brave Bird everything. Did I even say that right? I don't know. But yeah, Tapu Koko, access to lots of physical attacks, which make it decent. Scizor, 130 base attack. I mean, Hydreigon rocking that 105, which, I mean, Hydreigon's physical move pool is astounding. Tangrowth, 100. Nidoking, 102. Hitmontop, 95. So, I mean, the stuff we have, they're going to be laying the physical hits, lay the physical hits. They just do. So, our special defense stat is 85, our regular defense stat is 85, which isn't bad. Our special attack average is 89, which is pretty decent. Our special defense is 93, which is the best of everything on our team, right behind right ahead of HP. And now what is probably the biggest critique of the team, 75 average speed. Now I know what you're thinking. There's a huge gap between your speed tiers. And guess what? You're right. But we have the team synergy and makeup to overcome that. We're going to be able to beat teams that are going to say, oh, we can take advantage of Tup's team. They have terrible speed. Well, guess what? No, you're not. We're going to beat you, and that's all that's going to be to it, because Tup's going to give it to you. And there is no second guessing that. Sorry, guys. This has been the draft analysis for the Pittsburgh Pirattatas for Season 7 of the GBA. Now, if you made it this far into the video, be sure and leave your hashtag Tup's gonna give it to you and hashtag NCO down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, because I don't care. Because we're the bad guy now, remember? See how long I can hold up that. But anyways, don't forget, we're going to win Season 7 of the GBA. You might as well start rooting for us now. Anyways, guys, it's been Old Man Tup, and we will catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Tup's gonna give it to ya.